Hi guys, it's Emily. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here for a couple reasons today. One, I made something and I love it and I want to share it with you. But first, my son is here with me. Obviously, I'm at his apartment, so you know he lives here. But he's actually here, and I wanted to let you know about his YouTube channel that he just started recently. I've said before that he is going to school to be a sports broadcaster, and he is passionate about all things sports. And so he has started a YouTube channel of his own where he opens sports card packs, basically. And I'm sure I'm like not explaining that very well at all. However, I'm going to link his channel in the description box. It is called 513 Breaks. And he, it's super cool. If you or someone you know, your children are into sports in any way, if you like collectibles, go give it a like, give it a subscription. Even if you aren't going to watch it, just as a favor to me.
I was also going to say, if any of you guys, I know a lot of you guys junk journal, and I have a lot of old cards that I have no use for, and I will just sell in bulk. I will sell you guys hundreds of cards for like, I might even give them away.
There you
because
go.
I don't have any use for them, and I know you guys do a lot of stuff with journals and crafting and stuff. I need to get rid of them, so contact me if you're interested in that for sure.
There you go. So I was going to show you a couple things actually. That he just did a video and he came up with some things that he has absolutely no use for, but I think are super awesome for what I do. And I'm gonna need to put together a sports journal soon because now I have some cool stuff. So anyway, some of you will understand my excitement over a nasty yellowed acetate top loader. Nick was like, what? Okay, yeah, sure, you can have that. But hello, it's like already aged. Look, it's beautiful. I love it. So yeah, I will use that in some capacity. That was headed for the trash, and I did not let that happen. There was this card that, it's like, a player on the front, but the back is super cool because even though it's not old, it looks old, and I like it. So I think that would be really neat, kind of sand it up a little bit to get rid of that glossiness, age it up. So he let me have that. And then this card, again, from a collector's standpoint, is a hot mess, apparently. But again, the front, it's just like an embossed gold, silhouette picture of a dude that I don't know because I don't know sports. But the back is really neat, and I like that a lot, so I will be using that. And then he actually had some player stamps. I've never seen anything like it. Nick, have you seen anything like that before?
I have. They're not really stamps. They're definitely not stamp material, but they used to give those out as little inserts. There's a brand of card called Allen and Ginter, and they have a tendency to throw in some weird stuff, little cards, tiny stuff. They even throw in like random horse cards, and if you can think of it, it's probably in an Allen and Ginter pack.
Interesting.
So I'm pretty sure an older pack probably contains some of those, but
yeah,
they could have also just been put in there.
they're obviously they're not postage, but they're like, they look like stamps. So, and they look old, and they're probably not, but they're really neat. So I will definitely use those. So that's what he's talking about. Stuff like that he pulls out of packs and he has no interest in. He'll maybe throw together some packs for us wonderful crafters and journalers. So check out his channel. It's in the description box below. Just subscribe, as a favor to me because you like me and he's my son. And yeah, he could use the support. All right. moving on, I have created a version of the very popular Slender Journal that is floating around these days. Let's see, I want to make sure that I give credit because I obviously did not come up with this. I did watch, I believe, it's escaping me now. Creative Cafe Girl, I believe, is the first video I watched. And then I watched a little bit of Andrea Artie Mae's, her video. I didn't even watch it through the whole way because I kind of wanted to just get a general idea, and I wanted to make it my own way. And I'm sure that it's still very similar just because of the concept of it. But anyway, I wanted to share that and just let you know that obviously it is not my original idea. That was loud. Sorry about that. So anyway, what I did here is I tied it, I just wrapped around some seam binding. And on the end of the seam binding is a little bulb pin and a butterfly charm. So that just wraps around to, you know, kind of hold it, but it's not attached or anything. And then we have the front here. So I used the trifold time cards. Let me see if I can grab one and show you what it looked like to start. These are from Denise's shop at A Tattered Dream on Etsy. So I used this, but obviously I cut it apart. So I left the length the way it is, and then I cut it into 2-inch pieces, and I came up with six pieces. And then I used some fabric. I'll show you when I open it up. And I sewed everything with my lovely new sewing machine that if you've seen my posts on Facebook or Instagram, I am gonna have to find out a way to marry this thing. Like, it is the best machine, and I don't have any experience with machines, so I am sure that there are machines that do more and are more amazing, but for me and for the price that it was, I am in love. So this was the first thing that I sewed with it. So I will show you here. So on the front, I basically just used some sewing pattern paper on the edge and just kind of like crinkled that up, you know, so it's kind of sticking over the edge. And then I've got some sari silk along this side. Just, I don't know, it was just very raggedy and just kind of, I liked how that kind of looked there. I used some Tim Holtz ephemera flower pieces. And then there's a little bit of Tim Holtz craft glassine paper on here behind this flower. And then on the back, I used some 1950s sheet music and another Tim Holtz flower and some lace down the side here. And I made a little ruffle that isn't really ruffly, but it's, you know, kind of the idea, out of that vintage fabric trim that I have. So that's the front and the back, and then we will look at, I'm trying to decide, how do I want to do it? Let's look at the back side first because it's not the exciting side. But still, I'm very happy with it. So I just made 4 little thin notebooks to put in, you know, to put on the back part, and then you've still got the time card where you can write as well. So it's just, each of them has 5 sheets of paper, so you can write, and then also the time card. And then I just used another piece of scrapbook paper at the top, stapled those together with my tiny attacher, and they're all 4 of them are the same. So you have, you know, writing space, because otherwise it's just a pretty thing to look at, which is totally fine. But I wanted it to be somewhat functional as well. So you can see on the back here how I sewed the fabric onto the time cards. I think you can see it anyway. I'm gonna hold it up it's storming in Florida. Gee, imagine that. And the lighting is kind of cruddy at the moment, but I think you can see that. So I just straight stitched around, and that is that. And then we flip it over. It's the pretty side. I'm so happy with how this turned out. It was so much fun. I'm gonna make more for sure. So I just basically started gluing a bunch of stuff down. I don't know if you can technically call it collage. I kind of call it collage or layering, but anyway, I love how it turned out. I used my Tim Holtz stamps to put numbers at the top because that seems to be the thing to do with these, and I really like how the numbers look on there. So I did that. We have tabs at the top of the 4 middle sections. 2 of them are that ruffle I made with the gingham fabric, and 2 of them are some crochet trim that I had. And then I've just started kind of gluing and making ruffles, and then there are some vellum stickers on each panel, and then some Tim Holtz butterflies and various other Tim Holtz flowers and ephemera. I also used, there's cheesecloth. I used some of these are from Tim Holtz as well, all of the little word phrase stickers that are on here. So you've got in the garden here, and dreams come true, and this one says beauty and grace, and then this one says fill my soul, and this one says under cover of the rain, and this one says little things. So there's that on all of them. And I also did some stenciling. I'm trying to figure out the best place to show you that, probably here. I used some Tim Holtz dies, and then the paper that I cut with the dies I used as a stencil with just some distress ink. So you've got like the Harlequin little diamonds pattern, and then this little pattern. There's a honeycomb pattern on this one, and then I just kind of repeated that across them all. So you've got more of the Harlequin pattern, and then this really pretty pattern here. So I did that, and let's see. So there are 2 pockets that I made with the little envelopes that extra buttons come in when you buy clothing. So that's what those were made of. And the tags are avocado dyed paper with Tim Holtz flowers on the front, and this beautiful vanilla cream sari silk. And then the backs are just plain, so you can write on those. And I just, this was given to me in Happy Mail by, I believe, my pen pal Daisy from the Netherlands gave that to me. I hope that's right, and I think she gave me this one too. I apologize if I have that incorrect, but I know that they were in Happy Mail. And then let's see what else. I've got a stamp here from Germany, I believe. I think it's Germany. Yeah, I think it is, but it's just a stamp I had. I'm not sure if it's old or anything. I can't read the postmark, but what else? Oh, I used sheet music behind as a base to collage on. Yeah, but I am super happy with how this turned out, and I will be making more. This one obviously is a very botanical butterfly kind of theme, but I have other ideas in mind as well. And yeah, so I am going to list this in my Etsy shop. I will hopefully have that done by the time this video uploads, so you can go and check that out. The link to my shop is in the description box as well, and you can find other places to follow me in the description box too. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm sort of on Pinterest. I kind of forget about Pinterest a lot, but I do have a Pinterest. Yeah, and hey, if you're new, subscribe. I would love for you to hang around for a while and check out what I'm doing, and like this video if you enjoyed it. And I am going to be, you know, in Florida for a while, but I'm going to be making some more videos. And I will be back tomorrow, actually, because I have a guest design team project for Nikki at Musings by Nikki that I have been meaning to get to, and I'm going to do that tomorrow. So I will see you then. I hope you all have a fantastic evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it may be, wherever you are. And I will see you soon. Bye, guys.